All right, now let's look at alignment, wrapping text, and merging, data. Now, presently, I'm still on the workbook formatting data on the worksheet align, wrap, merge. Now, alignment, is something that we use often. If you've used Microsoft Word before, you must have used it at one point or the other. On the basic, we have the left align, the right align, and the center align. Now, by default in Excel, every text data is aligned to the left. Every text data is aligned to the left, while numbers, they are aligned to the right. But depending on the format that is in them anyway, sometimes they can be aligned to the left, or depending on whether a change is made to them. But by default, numbers are aligned to the right, text are aligned to the left. So, for example, this text we can decide to change the alignment. We can decide to bring it to the center. We can decide to bring it to the right alignment, depending on what you want and depending on the one that works best for you. Now, another thing we observe is presently all the headings are actually aligned to center. So there are quite a number of things we can do here. Now, let's see a few things. Now, I'm going to first and foremost increase the height of this so I can show you some more alignment type. Now, presently, this is aligned to the center, which we can see in the home tab here. Is aligned to the center and also to the bottom. We have two, apart from the regular left, center, and right alignment, we now have the top align, middle align, and the bottom align. So sometimes you have your data, you have a height that is as tall as this. You might decide to bring it to the middle, center, right? Center, middle, right? You can decide to do that. That depends on you. Let's bring it all to the middle. You can see that's brought to the middle. You can bring it to the top. You can also bring it to the bottom. Now, that depends on what you want to do, right? Then there are also times where you probably have a text in a cell that is too long. For example, let me reduce this back to the way it was before. Okay, let me give it best fits, and let me just edit this. For example, final projection. Let me just write something like that. Final projection total. Okay, by the time I come out of it, you can see that it's cutting off. However, we can actually apply the wrap text to this data so that we can see everything here in a single cell. So we can find the wrap tab also in the alignments group on the home tab. So I'll basically ensure my cursor is on that text, on that cell, and I come to wrap text. So I'll click on wrap text. You can see now I've automatically adjusted the height of that particular row so that I can now see everything properly. You see now? That's how we can wrap text. So now, when we now wrap a text like this, another thing you observe is, well, you can leave it like this, and there are times you also see things like this, which are the orientation. People sometimes will change the orientation depending on what they want to do. So I'll basically just come here under orientation. You see, we have the angle and counterclockwise, we have the angle clockwise, we have the vertical, we have the rotate, we have the text down. So let me just use the angle clockwise. You can see the way it looks now. So you can play around that. But I think let's see this one. I think this is not too good. Let's see this one. Okay. See that now? That rotates up. This rotates text down. So it all depends on what you want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically adjust this guy. And let's go back to the way we were before. Total. Alright. So go back to total. Good. So I think this, you should be able to relate more with this now. So I'm basically going to choose vertical text. Let's choose this one. I'm just playing around it anyway, depending on the one that works best for you. So this is orientation. So we use orientation to change the direction of our cells, of the text in our cells. right? We use alignment to determine whether they will be aligned to the left, to the right, to the middle, to the top, to the bottom, or center, to get. So we can do all of that. So I'm using the middle, using the top, middle, bottom, right, center, left. Alright, good. So I'm going to just take this back to the middle. Okay, good. Now another thing we commonly use also is the merging cells, right? It's also found here under the alignment group, merge and center, which is commonly used. For example, look at this our title that we have here. This title here is located in cell A1. However, you observe that what was written as span down through to E, but really the data is contained in A1. So there's something we call merge and center. Let's say, for example, we want this title to be at the middle of this data. So what we could basically do will be select everything down to this very last I, to the column I, right? And we'll basically just come here and use merge and center. So I'll click on it, you see now. So presently now everything is located in A1. So this entire range of cells has been merged into one, so that this data is now contained in the first cell, A1. So we can do a series of formatting on this as well. We can add background color. We can add background color to it. We can change the font color, just depending on what we want anyway. We can do all of those in that particular manner. You see that now? So depending on what we want, we can play around it. So that's basically how to use merge, align, and wrap text. See that now? So you can see more options of these when you open up the launcher, alignment setting launcher. When you open it up from here, you can see more settings and more things you can do with alignment, wrap, and merge in there.